Emily, thanks for being here with us in Telemundo. As a former player, defender myself, I can say you are one of the best defenders in the world right now. Winner of the Champions League, gold medal, what a year, and Ballon d'Or nominee. Everything you've accomplished over the past years in your career has been amazing. You moved to England because you wanted to play in the Champions League. You went to Arsenal. You don't only played in the Champions League, you played in the final. You won the final. Some time has passed now. How do you feel about it? It's still surreal to be a Champions League winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think too, just looking back on last year, we did all the qualification rounds. We started from the bottom really of Champions League. So I think with that, it just was like such a journey and like grind to get to the final and then win it all. But I think now it's obviously something I'm always going to remember, but I think for me it seems so long ago now. Just with the new season, we're right in it, and then yeah, it being kind of the end of the year. So I think looking back, exciting, but now it's like focusing on this year and how we can be better.
Do you remember where you were on the field when that final whistle?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I remember that day like very vividly. I mean, it felt like an away game with all the Barca fans, which was great. I mean, it created such an amazing atmosphere. We had our little corner, and I think they were just as loud. But no, I remember the whistle blowing and then just chaos and cheering and congratulating and, tears and all that stuff. So,
You're playing a lot of competitions right now. You travel a lot for the U.S. Women's National Team games too. How are you taking care of yourself with the calendar issues that we have in the women's game right now?
yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest changes in growth we've seen, in terms of when you are playing for club and then also national team, it's such a high demand and expected to play for both and then obviously perform at your highest. So I think with that, it's kind of an ongoing trial in terms of like what is working, not working for me. I think luckily for both Arsenal and national team, we have such amazing support, medical staff, and then just like resources in terms of recovery and really anything we need in terms of nutrition and sleep. So I feel very, grateful for that, and I definitely utilize all of it. But having said that, I do think, I think this generation, in a sense, is like the guinea pigs of it all. And so we're the ones that are kind of testing it out and seeing what can work, what can't work, that kind of thing.
You tore your ACL twice,
Yeah.
right? If you could tell something to yourself when you were in rehab, what would you say now to your younger self who was there struggling?
Oh wow. I actually I thought about it recently. So I think just for me looking back, like I didn't realize how the positive of both injuries was like the time away from the game. And I think it helped kind of spark my love and appreciation for the game more. And just like determination to like come back and to be the best that I can be. So I think, with injuries and having that time away, it's like, I think looking back, like I'm proud that I made the most of it and I was able to kind of get that break, and I didn't want it, but it made me appreciate the game and just being able to step on the field more, even today, like years later. So
In a world where we don't see a lot of women coaches, you get to be with two of the most powerful women coaches in the world. How much does it matter, that representation, that having someone that has lived what you're living right now? How has that changed you professionally or even like personally as a woman?
yeah, I mean, I think like you said, they're really my first two professional women's coaches I've ever had. And I think with that, you can see in some ways, of success that comes out of it, both with the national team, with Emma, and then also with Renee at Arsenal. I think with it, you're also kind of seeing a change of like the importance of just culture and everything that goes outside of the field, because at the end of the day, like, you spend more time with these people than your family, and the things you do outside of the field matter probably even more, just in the sense of like mental clarity and mental health and kind of just all those things. So I feel like that's one thing I've seen with like both coaches, that implementation. And also there's like younger girls now, like younger than ever before, coming in, and so that's even more important in terms of like taking care of them and, you know, making sure they're getting their development both on and off the field. So yeah, I think with both of them, it's just also really nice to have people that have been in your shoes, and, you know, you see them kind of changing things that they probably wish they could have changed when they were playing.
Last one, I know you read a lot. What are you reading right now, and what is one book that you would recommend?
Right now I'm reading The Alchemist. One of my friends had read it to me, and it's like a fantasy book, and I'm like right in the beginning of it, so there's a lot of trying to figure out what's happening, what world I'm in, all those crazy things. But I've heard really good things about it, and it's like a standalone, so you can read it and be done, which a lot of fantasy books don't have, so that's what I'm reading.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ya que nos encontraste,
No nos pierdas.
Suscríbete al canal de YouTube de Telemundo Deportes.